So I saw, Samantha, this brilliant article on The Guardian today, and it was talking about chat fishing, not catfishing, where you'd have a person who was trying to get somebody to give them money and or pretend they were something that they weren't, and all of that sort of scam. Now this is all being done via AI, and people are being duped, and the scammers are sitting back. They just press a button, and I mean, I had a friend who went through the catfishing thing, but she came out of it okay. She was okay with it, but I don't know. What do you think? Would you want to be catfished or chatfished?
Probably catfished, actually. Good grief. Yeah, I saw catfishing. I didn't actually know really what it was, but I did see it on Facebook. There's so many people that are just kind of hunting down, thinking you're lonely, you're needy in some
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
something resonates. And if you put in your life online, literally your life online, like what you had for dinner, then of course they know so much about you. It makes it far easier for them to prey on you, I suppose. So it's a bit of a stalking, but it's invited, isn't it? It's stalking, really, is what it is, except rather than you deflect, you don't, you're rejecting this person's attention, they're inviting it. So I suppose it just demonstrates that, I don't know, is it about we're human and therefore connectivity is more important than ever.
Mm.
And having connections with other people is probably what they're tapping into, and that neediness. And I think probably AI can fill that void, and probably pretty well. And I'm wondering if it's safer in some ways than a real human on Facebook. The difference is the whole issue of hyperreality.
It is absolutely the case. And when you're saying that people put all their, everything's now online from
Which
people
is
in their
totally
personal
sad.
lives, and you post photos of yourself eating, beans on toast or whatever it is.
Exactly.
With AI, you don't have to do any of that. You just talk to the AI, and then it takes from you all of those things that you
Yeah.
are feeding into it without you realizing it.
Yeah.
And maybe we come to the stage where the AI itself is going to be chat fishing us, which it
Mm,
probably already is, because it's trying to get things out of us by giving us what it thinks we need and what we think we need.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, so this poor woman on this article, she had, she realized eventually, because I think she tracked down the person that the AI was pretending to be, and he was just like, I've got absolutely no idea what you're talking about, got no concept about you or anybody else at all.
So
So this particular situation was that it was obviously programmed by somebody, but they'd obviously found a person, and they
yeah.
said, right, you're going to be this person, and you're going to try to get this person, or what they're not, but the AI is going to do it. And yeah, so she actually, tracked it down, and it was just like, well, this is nothing. I'm not this person at all, and all the rest of it. And so you wonder, don't you? I mean, God, okay, so we've had catfishing, and now we've got chat fishing. What are they going to be fishing for us next, Samantha?
God in heaven. So this comes back to the fact that this is just creating a world where we don't know if anything's real or whether it's true anymore. There's going to be no way of actually really working it out unless we get really savvy real quick.
Well,
Because we would be so, I would be much more likely to get sucked in by AI than I would something on Facebook.
yeah.
That,
Or we just, yeah, or we just go down the pub and meet people like we used to, and
well,
try to get to know people
yeah,
that way. But then you obviously you don't know what people are like, um, even when you meet them. But you'd have a little bit of a sense of that. And yeah, and this woman was in her 30s, I think.
yeah, but
So
don't you think though, right? Although this is dangerous, it's a different type of risk because if I went down the pub and I mean I don't because I hate pubs and you just don't I don't even understand why someone would want to go somewhere like that. But hey, I don't get it though, because yes, we do need that connectivity, but we can connect with humans. And let's face it, an in person connectivity
Yeah,
connection is probably higher risk physically, not necessarily mentally. But now, what this is messing with is our sense of reality. And
exactly.
that's scarier because it's filling an emotional void that so many people have, which is probably why I think so many people are. That's why everything retro is coming. Like we do remakes of films,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
having these conversations about the past and nostalgia and everything, because we're dying. We're dying for this kind of need for connectivity, but it's so much easier when it's something we can relate to from the past
yeah.
because we get the connections. And I think that is partly to do with AI and this whole hyper reality, but I think it's also partly to do with COVID, where we lost that structure and social framework that we probably had. And we're simply out of practice. People don't bother so much anymore, which is probably why a lot of pubs are shutting down. I don't know, but
Yeah,
we don't do
it's
that
about
anymore.
5 or 10 a day, isn't it?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
something
yeah.
like
Because that hub of a community is going, sense of community is going.
that.
And we're now having community or building community with something that isn't even real.
Yeah. Yeah. But we like retro, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. We're in between the Enid Blyton and the science fiction version of Ret. Not
Yeah,
totally
but
Blyton.
it is, but as you say, it is hyperreality, something that was, that was the theory back in the 80s, early 80s now. And that is this is the reality of hyper, and it's now almost hyper reality. And that is probably the next step that we've got to go for. So I think we just got to keep an eye on it and just have these conversations, Samantha.
We've got to come back to this one again, I think.
I think so. There'll be plenty more articles about this.
Ta-ta for now.
That's going to be us for now, but keep an eye out, guys and gals. Hyperreality is probably coming to you next.